Hello and welcome to 360 Gamercast, episode 772 for Tuesday, the 7th of April, 2026. I'm your host, Mark Webb, gamertag Pearson ID, Steam ID, Webby, 360G, and joining me today is...
I'm back. It's Graham, or GHamOx14 again, and...
It's Mr. Peebs, Trophy Hall.
IGN's new review manager, Nick Fights.
Oh dear indeed. Well, Peebs has replaced Darren this week. Very nice replacement.
Yeah, I've
indeed.
come in.
You've come in.
I still refuse to do Patreon episodes, so I'm here on the free episode.
Yeah, that's fine, mate. It's all good. Nice to have you back, Peebs. I haven't seen you for quite a while, actually. It feels like.
Yeah, I can't remember last time I was on. Hasn't been that long, has it?
It feels like a while.
Yeah, probably.
Feels like a while. And I don't think Nick and Graham have even been on for a little while either.
I haven't been on for a couple of weeks, I think.
I keep missing every other week. Similar to Peebs, I don't want to do the Patreon episodes. I think if people pay for that, they don't deserve me.
Fair enough. Well, they get my amazing voice every week. That's all that matters.
If they're paying money, they shouldn't have to listen to a Norfolk boy.
Well, if they paid me a bit more, I'd get naked. But you know, don't pay me enough.
They'll probably pay you not to get naked.
360G OnlyFans.
That's it, mate. Indeed. Okay, well, let's get into it then. I just want to start off by saying to everybody, Happy Easter. He has risen. Jesus loves you all. Happy Easter. And if you have kids, then you must have had the fun like I did this morning of Easter egg hunts and chocolate eggs everywhere, and then being hopped up on sugar. Crazy times.
Palm oil poisoning, apparently.
Yeah. So my daughter especially has ripped through loads of her chocolate, and she was bouncing off the walls for ages earlier. So that was fun. So yeah, but it's been a lovely little weekend for me anyway. Obviously I've been ill, so we've not gone out loads, but we have been out a little bit, but it's given us a little bit of family gaming time, which has been quite nice as well. So the PlayStation especially has been used quite a lot by myself and the children. I almost purchased a Switch 2, but then I saw sense and didn't do it. So there's that. So yeah, shall we get into it then? Excuse me. I'm going to be quiet for a bit because my chest is really hurting. Graham, can you start us off, mate?
I can, yeah. I've been playing all my silly little games. As I said to you when I was last on, I was playing Blood Dragon, but I finished that. That's a very old game. I've been doing all my sort of dailies and weeklies on Gran Turismo. Been playing with the pool game I downloaded. But I actually downloaded a new game, and I completed it the same week.
Ooh.
And it's a game that you know, I'm going to talk about because I don't think you like it.
No, I didn't. I couldn't really get into it. I know what you're going to say.
It is called Minishoot Adventure. Now, this game, in a nutshell, is a Zelda game, but it's a top-down bullet hell shooter.
Freaking sweet.
So it's got all of the sort of Zelda mechanics. Collect 4 heart pieces, get an additional heart container, boost your maximum health. You collect crystals when you kill bad guys. That can be used to upgrade the speed of your shot, the damage that your shot does. And basically you get power-ups that unlock different areas of the map. And the idea is you have 4 sort of boss characters or 4 main characters that you have to defeat in order to see the end of the story. And this game isn't expensive. It's very sort of very cartoony, and I think it's been out on PC for about a year, I believe. Does that sound right? Because it came out on PC quite a while ago, didn't it, I think? Because I did have a very, very quick look at one point, for like a walkthrough because I got a bit stuck on a bit. And all the walkthroughs I was finding were a year old. So I can only assume it's been out on PC for a while and has only just come out on PlayStation.
It came out on Steam April 2024.
There you go. So I looked up walkthroughs. I actually didn't end up using one, but I did sort of take my time with it. But I completed it in must have been about 8.5, 9 hours, and I ran the end credits. But there is some sort of end game content in there as well, which I'm just sort of twiddling around with. But I mean, this game was about 10 quid. Gave me sort of a dozen hours worth of gaming, sort of 10 hours worth of gaming. And I had a good time with it. And it is all the things that you expect, really. It is a top-down bullet hell shooter, sort of modelled in the style of a Zelda adventure. As strange as that sounds, I just saw it somewhere. I can't remember where I saw it, and I thought, I rather fancy giving that a go.
Yeah, I don't know what it is from my mentality. I think it might be a little bit I've just gone off playing games on Game Pass for some really strange reason. And obviously I checked it out on Game Pass, probably played it for about 20 to 30 minutes and was like, nah, that ain't for me, you know?
The only minor sort of thing about it, my only minor criticism is it does tend to give you power-ups within the world which are kind of unique, which give you abilities, and it doesn't really explain what it's given you sometimes. It just goes, hey, you've got this thing, and you're like, well, what is it? Is it a power-up? Is it a key? Is it something that I add to my ship? What is it, you know? Because fairly late on in the game, it gave me this thing, and I'm like, oh, well, is that a new weapon? Or because it doesn't, when you get a power-up, because each level will have a power that you can collect from the shrine, which generally tends to make it a bit easier, sort of typical Zelda fashion, because one of the shrines is underwater. And you pick up the power-up, and it happens that power-up allows you to fly over water, as long as it's not deep water. So it kind of opens the level up for you. But it doesn't actually ever tell you that, if you know what I mean. So you're kind of left to work out what the power-up it's awarded you is used for. So in that respect, it can be a little bit ambiguous sometimes. But if you kind of stick with it, it's a fairly sort of logical story progression.
Okay.
And it's fairly logical where all the switches are, but it does, as you go on, tend to hide things a little bit. So, for example, it will put switches under piles of rocks or trees. So later on, it does become very much a good idea to shoot everything that you can see on the background, which is sort of shootable, because it might reveal something that you need to trip in order to kind of progress the puzzle you're on, sort of thing.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
No, I quite enjoyed it. It was a sort of, like I say, a little self-contained 9 or 10 hours. I finished the storyline. I enjoyed it. I may or may not go back to it, but I thought for the price, I thought it was just a fun little self-contained experience.
Cool. I'm glad. Nice little game there.
I enjoyed it.
It's on Game Pass. I don't think, is it on PS Plus or do you have to buy it on PlayStation?
I think you have to buy it. It's not on PS Plus, or at least it isn't yet. So I did pay for it, but it was only about £10. I think it was $10.99. So it's not an expensive game, but it's not a free game as such.
Cool. Lovely.
Lovely
jubbly. Thank you very much. Peebs.
Well, my main game has been a Resident Evil Nemesis.
Nice.
Completed it. Bought it, like I said, I think last time I was on here, I was borrowing it off my brother. So he lent me it.
Nice.
And I completed it in about a week or 2 weeks, I think. I think it took me about 15 hours. But that was with, like, on, going around meticulously looking for all the files and stuff. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Graphics are stunning. Just loved it all. I especially like the grace parts early on in the game, sneaking around and stuff. I don't really get why, because I did play the grace parts in first person. That's the standard. How it wants you to play as Grace as first person, and then Leon third person for the best experience. But I don't really understand that really. But I was doing it in first person right up until you start playing with Grace again later on in the game. And then I switched to third, and wish I'd done it in third the whole time.
Right.
But hey ho.
Curious.
Is it to add more immersion, like to make it more scary? Or
I think that's what it's supposed to do, but I don't really see how it does. I don't really know, but
I think if you play in third person, you can kind of look round the corners and stuff like that and see stuff a little bit sooner and avoid it. It makes it, I think it's slightly easier to play in third person than it is first person.
Yeah,
but you could do both, so there's no real wrong.
Yeah, you can change it up if people prefer. But I just did it how the game set up when it first came on. That's how I played it up until later on, when I did use a little bit of a YouTube walkthrough and then seeing those playing in third person. I thought, I'll try that, because I'd forgotten all about it, to be honest, and switched it to third and preferred it. But yeah, I loved it. The whole. I have downloaded the Village now. I mean, I did complete the Village on the Xbox, but I've downloaded it again to play on the PlayStation. But I'm a bit rezzed out at the minute, so I'll probably play that in a bit later on. But yeah, you've not played it yet, have you, Webby?
No, I haven't. I'm being, a bit of a tight bastard, because obviously can't afford to buy all the games. So
no.
Crimson Desert was obviously my last big purchase for video games. So I'm just going to wait on a sale for Resident Evil, because they usually drop in price pretty quick anyway. So
yeah,
I will play it this year, because I want to have it on me Game of the Year list. So
yeah, well, it's probably. I mean, I haven't played many new games this year, but it's obviously number one at the minute for me.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying the same, mate. I mean, a lot of people have said to me it's the best Resident Evil game they've played. They said it. A few people have said to me it's the best graphics they've seen in a game. Just a great experience. I'm really excited to play it at some point, but I just think the price of entry at the minute is a bit too steep. So
it is for sort of like a 10 to 15 hour game. I mean, you can obviously replay them and stuff like that. But what I find, once you've played it once, you don't really tend to go back.
Yeah,
I don't anyway. Yeah. Not for. I mean, people do speed runs, and there's obviously if you want to platinum it, you got to play it 2 or 3 times. I think I know it's from the community. Japanese Beans, he's platinumed it.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think to platinum it, you've got to go through the game without using a healing herb, so that's quite a difficult one.
Wow. Hardcore.
And then there's speed runs, isn't there? People completing it in flipping 3 hours or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I just do not know how they do them speed runs. Crazy. You literally must be running past everything.
Yeah, that's
running past enemies and stuff.
I used to speed run like the older, the PS1 versions of those games on Twitch a few years ago, but it kind of ruins the game a bit. You're not seeing anything you're supposed to, and then doing that, it makes the game stressful, because you're looking at that, you're looking at a clock, and you're trying to go quick, and it's just like.
But yeah, I mean, it's pretty much standard Resident Evil. You've got obviously your zombies and stuff. They try and change it up with different types of zombies and stuff, and lickers, but there's a few new zombies in there. But yeah, it's obviously it's normal Resident Evil, where you got to you've always got the door puzzles, haven't you? You got to find a plaque to go on a door. Them sort of standard Resident Evil stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, really, yeah, like I said, graphics, yeah, probably the best, one of the best I've seen. That and Death Stranding too.
Yeah.
Probably the two standouts for me at the minute, graphic wise, on the Pro. Using it to its full potential.
Nice.
But I'd imagine most people who are into Resident Evil have probably played this now. And there's obviously some people like you who are just waiting for a little bit of a price drop.
Yeah.
But
Or
definitely
if you
worth
got available on something else.
Oh, it already is, mate. It already is, but no, I'm not. I'm not going to get into the hypervisor stuff. No way. Not my cup of tea, mate.
No. Even the original 1, 2, and 3, the PS1 versions that they brought out on Good Old Games last year, they came out on Steam this week as well, and they've got the DRM thingy on them as well.
Weird. Well, I've noticed that Capcom have got a pretty good sale on there on Steam at the minute, Nick. I don't know if you noticed. I
bought them all. I mean, I don't know how many times I own the original 3 on. I mean, I've still got the discs. I've got them on, I think I've got them on everything you can buy.
Yeah.
But because it's £4, they were 4 or half price. They were £8, half price for £4.
Yeah.
For till the middle of the month, I think.
Right. Yeah.
Which I appreciate stuff like that. You know, it's like early adopters get the games half price, so generally fans are going to get them cheaper than people who aren't aware of them, if you know what I mean. I appreciate stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, because I noticed, because I picked up Breath of Fire 4 on Steam today.
Yeah, I bought that as well.
£4.
So I don't know what they've done. Yeah, I don't know what they've done. And that's another one which is half price for a few weeks. And is that Capcom as well, or is that Square Enix?
Capcom, mate, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I bought it, but I bought it. I'll probably never play it, but
I just have fond memories of those on the PS1, so I was like, right, I'm going to pick that up.
I played one on Game Boy Advance, but I can't remember which one I played.
I wouldn't have known.
Probably not that one.
But no, I mean, like, little games like that are great for the Steam Deck, aren't they? So, you know, and I still use my Steam Deck a lot. So, yeah, perfecto.
Yeah, so that's Resident Evil, really. Not much else to say, because I know Nick and Darren talked about it a few weeks ago.
Did you play the originals, though? Like back in the day, all the remakes and stuff. So did you like all the nostalgia stuff when you went back to the police stations?
Yeah, you recognise some of the bits in that police station straight away, don't you?
And obviously when you just about leave the police station and someone else show up, and you're like, here we go again.
Yeah,
which was always fun.
Cool.
Just a shame the films are crap.
Yeah.
The first 2 were maybe okay.
Well, I remember the first film. I was so disappointed with it because they start off going into the mansion. I'm like, oh, it's going to be awesome, and then the rest of the film's in an underground lab underneath the mansion. I was like, no.
It was nothing to do with the games, was it? No. Apart from a few words, and that was it.
Cool. Anyway, Nick, talk to us.
Hang on, I'm just checking my list. I started a new game this week. I'm only about 6 hours in. Crimson Desert.
What?
Well,
have you picked it up?
Yeah, I'm playing it all week, man.
What? You kept that a bit quiet, didn't you?
Well, maybe I can't talk to you about Crimson Desert because you kick off like a little girl.
Of course I do, because it is amazing.
It's okay so far.
Did you actually buy it or not? I'm struggling to know if you're being serious or not.
No, I'm being serious, mate. I bought it. Do you need me to send you a picture of the game?
What did you buy it on?
Xbox. I told you I couldn't find it on Xbox, but I found it on Games Collection. So I couldn't find an Xbox version because I've heard from a few people the PS5 had some issues with the HDR keep resetting and some crashing when you go to the map, which I think they have patched, because I think didn't Frosty said he had that issue last week or the week before, but I think they patched it. I mean, they are doing good with the patches, you know. But I'll just talk about the game first. Yeah, I think I'm about halfway through chapter 2.
Right, okay, you're very early in then.
Yeah, about 6 hours in. The controls, they're not as bad as I thought they'd be, but I know they've had a lot of patches and updates to stuff like that. Because you said you have to press A to run instead of clicking the analog stick, which is a bit annoying because every time I think run away, I click the analog stick in and then I like crouch and try to go into stealth mode, which is a bit annoying. But I think because I'm just about used to it now, because I play a lot of like the older retro games, sometimes 20, 30-year-old games, people forget how shitty controls used to be on games, if you see what I mean. So, you know, there's always like a learning curve. And I just think if every game's had the same controls for a while, it will annoy people. I think they have changed something, Webby. I don't know if you've noticed it. You know, you said you have to keep tapping A to run.
Mm-hmm.
But now you could just hold A for a few seconds and he'll just sprint on his own, so he doesn't have to. I've noticed that since I've started playing.
Right.
And I think they've updated like how you save the game as well now. I think because it was X to save and now it's A to save, but now it's X to delete your game save. So
I need to be wary on that then.
Yeah, but it is weird though. It does seem like this. I think a lot of games that have come out lately, like I think this might be suited better to PC. Like it's sort of halfway between keyboard and mouse controls, and like controller as well. It seems like it's like it doesn't suit both of them at the same time. Do you know what I mean, Webby?
Well, I've only played it with a controller myself, even though I'm playing it on PC, and I've not had a problem with the controls. I remember, like, obviously, me and Darren were arguing about the controls a couple of weeks ago, but for me, I'm not trying to show off or anything like that, but I've always found it quite easy to adapt to different control schemes. Just comes quite
I mean, like I said, because I looked at AI, in which they gave me the patch notes, and a lot of the controls which they've updated, and I think they were 1 or 2 behind on the consoles compared to PC. So obviously, your version will be updated faster than the consoles.
Yeah.
So I think your version's about a week or 2 ahead of what the consoles were getting, so you wouldn't have noticed it, but yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I don't know if it's the best game ever, but I've heard it takes a few hours to really hook you in.
Yeah, and that is something about it. It like, obviously, I've put a lot of hours into it now. I just wanted to be correct on. I played it for 77 hours now, and looking back, like, when I started playing it, it wasn't like I didn't automatically straight away think, oh, this is. I mean, I thought it was good, but I didn't think, oh, it's the most amazing game I've ever played. But as time has gone on and the hours I've spent with it, just that sense of awe and wonder and that exploring this huge fucking world and feel so alive and all the little details that the devs have put into the game. It's the only game since Skyrim that's given me that Skyrim kind of awe and wonder, without the Skyrim jank. Yeah. The world is just so beautiful and vast, and the colours, like from area to area, because obviously the main area you start in is very green and lush. I've been to like some very snowy areas. I've been to another area where it's kind of like, feels like it's autumn because all the leaves are like that yellowy kind of orange colour, and it just looks so beautiful. And every time I feel like I'm clearing the area of side quests, more will mysteriously just appear, and I'll just be like, I've got to do them, so I just find myself just like with. And the reason I compare it to Skyrim is because when I was playing, I remember playing Skyrim, like the main story just kind of was an afterthought. I just wanted to explore and just do all the other stuff. Yeah. And I'm finding that with this, like, as an example, last week I was playing and the fast travel system is really good. Like when you open up some fast travel points in the sky, it makes it really easy to jump down and glide down to where you want to go for your mission as like a quicker way. Anyway, I'd done that, and then I thought to myself, in the distance there was this big tower, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking go to that tower and see what's up. So I glided over there, and I landed at the bottom of this tower, and I started to climb it, and then it ended up being a whole fucking 2-hour bloody side mission that I ended up doing, trying to get to the top, which was a pain in the arse. And then it opened up a boss fight where I had to get to another point on the tower. I'm not going to give anything away. And then the boss fight was mega fucking hard. And then it opened up an abyss gateway up into the sky for more puzzles up there. So I ended up spending hours just doing all this really cool stuff, puzzles and a boss fight and that, just randomly, because I just wanted to go off and explore the world. And I just love that, because it just makes you feel like when I was playing it, I felt like, fucking, I've discovered that all on my own. Like, there's been no quest markers, no nothing. I've just explored the world, and this epic thing has happened. And it's just such a cool feeling, and it's something that's very rare in video games. Like, I remember playing, Zelda, the Ocarina of Time on the N64 back in the day, and that didn't handhold you at all, and you just go and explore the world, and you'd end up having, finding cool stuff. And the same with Skyrim, you'd find cool stuff in like some of the caves and dungeons or whatever, or random quests with people you meet. But this is kind of mixed with them and Red Dead Redemption 2 in aspect of, it's a really cool world. It's third person. You have your camp, which you can upgrade and send your dudes out on missions, and you can donate to the camp. It's like so many games all in one that it's, they've stolen a lot of cool ideas from other games, like the climbing from Zelda, like the Tears of the Kingdom, as an example. But I feel like they've just done such a good job with all the gameplay mechanics that they've added. Like, the combat's really fun. As I say, like, I've now opened up all 3 of the playable characters, and you can switch between the characters Grand Theft Auto style. And I don't know, every time I play the game, like, that intro kicks in, the music, and then I'm in that world, and I'm just like, wow, I'm just going to explore this fantastical world. And before I know it, 6 or 7 hours has gone, and I'm like, where the fuck where have those hours gone? And it's very rare that happens to me in games these days, where the time just disappears. And that, for me, is a mark of a truly magical masterpiece of a game. And I know you've not got to that point yet, but I think you will do. Give it another 5 or 6 hours, and you will get to a point where it'll click. I really do think that. Well,
at the moment, Webby, I've been playing with sheep. I've had a man, his sheep went missing, so I had to go find his sheep.
Yes.
And they were all killed. So I went back and told him all his sheep were killed, so he had a cry. And I had this little kid said his sheep had gone missing. So I went and found it, carried it all the way back over my shoulder, which was quite funny. He was like, bah, bah. I went, there you go. And he went, that's not my sheep. I'm like, you little prick.
Yeah, I was fucking laughing at that mission.
It's funny, that sort of stuff. But, I do like the idea of the game, because it's, well, I say not a full price game. I don't agree with £70 games anyway. It's 50 quid when a lot of other games are 70. There's a lot of, gameplay to be had. There doesn't seem to be like loads of microtransactions or anything that they've deliberately taken out of the game to sell you back as DLC later, or even at the same time. So I appreciate that sort of stuff. And also this seems like, I'll probably have a chat with you about it this week. I was like, this would be like when we were like younger and at school or stuff like that. This is the kind of game you'd all play, and you'd all be talking with your mates. Oh, how do I do this? Well, if you do this, oh right, well, what do I spend my points in? What are you upgrading and stuff like that? And I just think it's that type of game which we don't seem to have much of these anymore, do we?
And there's so many secrets in the game as well, and it leaves you to figure out a lot of stuff yourself. And this brings me back to the very old school vibe. Obviously, you have YouTube, like, because in certain areas, like, you'll get too cold, and you'll start to lose health. So, and in my mind, I'm like, well, how the fuck am I gonna stop myself from getting cold? And it's like, you gotta either find armor which protects you against ice, and you obviously got helmets, cloaks, your gloves, your boots, and your actual gear, like your main chest. But then you can also drink alcohol to help you stave off ice for a certain amount of time. There's meals that you can cook. You know, there's like the options are completely open to you, and I'm sure that's going to be the same for the desert, which I've not been to yet, even though the game is called Crimson Desert, where you're going to be too hot because obviously you've got the heat and cold, like your meter on the right hand side. And I've not even thought about how to figure that out yet because I've not got that far. But you know, I've seen a lot of reviews complaining about the main story. I actually think the main stories, it makes sense to me. I know what's going on. You know, obviously it's secondary in my mind to all the other stuff I've been doing. And in my mind, I think sometimes when people say that, I think, well, you've probably forgotten what's happened because just like what I did in chapter 5, I spent like 20 plus hours not even doing any of the main story quest. I just did side shit. So then by the time you'd spent like 20 plus hours doing side shit, you've probably forgotten what the main story is. But it makes sense to me. It's very simple. It's easy to follow. I don't see the problem there.
What's unusual is you doing side quests.
Sorry, you're both talking over each other. Peebs, what'd you say?
I said, what I find unusual is that you're actually doing side quests.
Oh, that's so much fun, mate. That's so much fun. And they're worth doing as well. Because there's, you know, I think there's something like 70 optional bosses in the game. And the bosses that I've done so far have been worth doing because you get really good gear, you get more moves for your character, which you can learn. Obviously, getting the abyss square things to get your skill points, it's all worth doing. And again, it's just opening up more of the map, exploring all these locations. And I'd like, and it's crazy because obviously we've talked about how good the graphics are on the Resident Evils and Death Stranding. This game is absolutely gorgeous, especially when you're outside, day or night, you know, and like say you're in the day and the sun's coming down, and has all the real life weather effects, and it has like all these little things that people have only just picked up on that I've seen on videos, like when it rains, like it'll dynamically make puddles. And then when it stops raining, the puddles or areas that are wet that are in direct sunlight will dry quicker than areas that are, say, in the shade. And it's things like that. I'm just like, fucking hell, they've really put a lot of effort into a lot of these minor details that people probably wouldn't even notice. I will say a little bit of an annoyance. I don't know if this is on console, but on PC, inside areas in certain lighting can look a bit meh, depending, because it uses the ray tracing and sometimes it looks a bit blocky and a bit weird. And the other thing I will say is I was in a forest for some side missions and it was foggy and the fog looked fucking awful. It's not like it wasn't the fact I couldn't see through it. It just looked really like weird. And I tried a bunch of different settings and it just didn't look right to me. But those are kind of the only couple of graphical issues that I've had whilst playing the game. Everything else just looks really, really nice, in my opinion. But I'm glad you picked it up, Nick. I had no idea you bought it, mate. So I'm really pleased.
Well, no, I wanted to get it, but I just wanted to, first see how it was on console. Like, because they weren't showing the console stuff off pretty early. And yeah, it was a little, from what I said, it was quite buggy on launch across everything, which, Yeah, it caused a bit of controversy, even with me and you, didn't it, Webby?
Well, it's only because you listen to the scum of IGN, mate. You know, who listens to them in this day and age?
We'll get into it a bit, but I just said, well, it's nothing to do with IGN because some others gave it 6s and 7s as well, but IGN is obviously the biggest one. And all I said was, I agree with what he said was wrong with the game on the version that he played, because he got it 3 weeks before the day one patch, which apparently fixed a lot of the issues he had. And all I said was, well, if they'd have given him the day one patch version to be fixed, because even you and Darren were going off on like the item management, there's not enough spaces, you can't store anything in your thing, which they've patched out. So I've not had anything like that in my playthrough. I've had, I think, near enough every other mission 3 more space slots unlocked, more inventory slots unlocked. So I haven't once had to do, what Darren had, where he didn't have any room to put stuff and he couldn't put it anywhere. So you know what I mean? So that annoyed him and you. I haven't had that. So what I'm saying is, it's more of the system of reviewing games rather than like the bloke from IGN. What I'm saying is, they should, if they want to review the game that we buy, they should get the version of the game we're buying.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen these days with any game. Every game that comes out pretty much has a day one patch. And I actually praise the devs on this for being so quick to release patches for the complaints, because you look at other companies like EA or Activision or someone else, and they take weeks and weeks or months and months to do one patch. These Korean devs, they're so used to doing patches for their MMOs, they're like, 2 days later, here's a patch, it's fixed your issue, mate. They've done multiple patches for complaints of the game since it's released. It's only been out for
which
3 weeks,
I said, I'm happy with that. All I'm saying is, if you're gonna, release, I would have rather them had the day one patch and give that out to review, and then there wouldn't. I mean, if you want to get into it and say IGN did it for other reasons, whether it's because they're woke or, they have been known to give, the Koreans lower scores because whether it's because they want the Western developers to get better and they don't like them or whatever it is, you can have that debate. All I'm saying is, which I think everyone, it's up to, I don't know if Peebs or Graham agree, you want the game to be reviewed in its best form. That's all I'm saying. Normally when games used to go gold, like 3 weeks, 5 weeks before it comes out, it's done.
Yeah, but you're talking. You're going back years, mate. You're going back years.
But that doesn't happen anymore because release dates are so tight.
Yeah. I know, that's what I'm saying, Graham. I'm not saying...
When they reviewed it, there wasn't a version 1 version.
That's what I'm saying, Graham. So I'm saying it's not any reviewer's fault. Like, the comparison I made was... I think Webby said it was kind of shit, and so did Darren, and the reviews said Mind's Eye was shit and launch, and it was getting 3s out of 10. I played it 6-7 months later after loads of patches, and I thought it was just an average 5 out of 10 game after all the patches. That doesn't mean that Webby's or Darren's or anyone else that gave it a 3 out of 10 at the time, that doesn't mean that their reviews don't mean anything. I'm just saying this stuff is going to happen more and more often when it comes to reviews. And it's not, you can't 100% blame IGN. I mean, if I'll go into one, how they've reacted to it. The guy who did his review should have just said, I reviewed the version of the game I did. I'm glad they've patched it and everyone's health is having a good time. I can't give it a higher review from the experience I had. He should have left it. He hasn't. He's been going off for the last 2 weeks trying to make himself look smarter than everybody else, which he's obviously not because he's dug himself a hole. I just think if you want to tell people your game is good, give them the best version of the game. Or, our reviewers, what's the point of reviewing it now? Because didn't he reviewed Marathon and gave it a 9 and had similar complaints about controls, but they asked IGN to wait 3 weeks before reviewing that game.
Well, they asked everyone to wait.
I know, but then if the game's not, if they don't want people to review the game for 3 weeks, don't release it for 3 weeks.
Yeah, the reason being, it's April. It's the end of the financial year. They want to get it out and they want to get money coming in before they add things like the raids in, which are going to come later, which are part of the overall package.
I know.
Unfortunately, it's just the way the business works. Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't really. And I think since Cyberpunk did what they did, a lot of games now are coming to the point where even when they're out, they're not really out. They're not finished.
I know.
And most people, if they play it 6 months to 12 months later, will have a better experience than people are playing it today. And it's just the nature of the business. I wouldn't attack. I think the people got salty with IGN because apparently their review was one of the reviews that made the stock drop a bit. I'm like, well...
Yeah, well, the stock's gone back up now, but I think the problem is, like, games now, like, I played the game on day one, didn't have a problem with it at all. I'm glad that they've done the patches. But I think the more of the hate against IGN was their perceived agenda that they portray to have when they're reviewing games like Concord, Dustborn, and Dragon Age The Veilguard with higher ratings
9 out of 10.
than this.
9 out of 10.
Yeah. That is why IGN get the hate. And I can see it because you can see their agenda plain as day by reviewing those shitty ass woke games highly. And this game, which I think is one of the best games that we've had in a generation, a 6. They are fucking idiots, mate. They do not deserve anyone to watch their videos, read their fucking website. They're a bunch of cunts and they deserve to fucking fail, flop and disappear from gaming.
They already are.
I wouldn't go that far, but...
No, mate. You can't take them seriously. You can't take them seriously,
I'm just saying, Webby. I'm saying, yeah, you're right. With, it's hard to prove if they've got an agenda or not because none of them are going to admit it. Like I said to you, I think it's more likely they're supporting the Western developers more than the Koreans because, like, a lot of those games, I think they get what was the Korean Dark Souls that came out? Was it Wukong, whatever it was called?
Wukong, yeah.
I
think they gave that a 6
and
as well.
That was a fucking awesome game as well.
Exactly,
that was really good. Yeah,
I have noticed with IGN because I've watched some of those videos you sent me and a few others. What people are saying with IGN in particular. I think IGN, I think Kotaku and that where their scores are a lot different. To the Metacritic scores of what the fans are saying. So, if I was like running IGN, which I may be at some point, that
you better to buy them for £1.
I would be asking the question is why are my reviewers reviewing games so much lower or higher than fans think? I'm like, are you doing your job properly or not? Because you're supposed to give a broad representation. And also remember, IGN, it's not one person. There's loads of different people. Because I think the people kept bringing up the Dragon Age one. It wasn't the same person who reviewed that. So I know it's IGN, but it was a different person. And like I said, you don't know a lot of... And I know over the last, 10, 15 years, a lot of people that have left IGN have gone... working, making games and have gone on to be developers or PR managers for other firms and stuff like that. So how do you know that the woman who gave Dragon Age 9 out of 10, I can't remember if it is, but I know, the PR woman is her friend she used to work with and she's, PR manager of Dragon Age working with EA. You're not going to piss your mate off, are you? Mm. I think that's more that than just that. I think it's just friends looking after friends. But I can't disagree with his 6 out of 10. I just think personally, Webby, if he'd have got the day one patch version,
he'd still give it a 6 because it doesn't conform to his
possibly
political worldview.
I know it's
unfortunately.
he didn't come out and say
that's
not
what it's
enough.
about.
He didn't come out and say not woke enough, not enough purple head, nose rings, whatever. 6 out of 10. If that's what you're saying. He's saying. Then we're getting into conspiracy theories. I'm just saying
it's
the fact
because they've proven it time and time again.
Well,
and they're not proper gamers. You can't be a real gamer and fucking give this game such a low score because it is such a good game. You can't argue with it.
Depends, mate. I just don't like. Well, I can argue. That's what I'm saying.
What did he complain about? He complained about the save system.
He said
you're playing early access.
That's what I'm saying.
To some degree,
give them early access. Give them, because what I'm saying is, if Webby's playing the day one patch version, and there was Webby and Darren were shouting on the pod, complaining about stuff that he complained about. They've patched it out, but he had his game save wiped twice. I mean, I don't know about you, Graham and Peebs. If I had my game save wiped twice, I ain't playing that shit again, and I'd say the game's shit and broken, and I just it's the whole how games are at the moment. It's like, what was that game, Webby? Where they basically almost remade the game to like a 2.0 patch. Was it Lords of the Fallen?
Oh,
you were talking about
yeah.
They near enough remade or reimagined the entire game from the 2.0 patch, where companies actually re-reviewed it because they said they'd changed so much of how the game had played. It's just, I don't like the system, and I just think this is going to happen.
Yeah, but what I understand what you're saying, but the game hadn't come out yet, so
I know. That's what I'm saying. Give them what you're going to play, then his review could be compared. If he isn't playing what you play, Webby, it's a very different experience to what he.
Yeah, but then why didn't they delay the review like they did with Marathon? Giving it another fucking month to review it.
Everyone released their reviews at the same time. And like I said, all I'm saying is IGN are slightly different to the others, that they do the review, they give the score, and then the reviews editor and the bloke sit down and talk for like 5-10 minutes to explain it, whereas others just do. I mean, you talk about that 6 out of 10 doesn't count because he's woke, blah, 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 are they against the Koreans? Are they racist? Are they woke? Whatever. Yeah, I know for a fact there's some YouTube reviewers that gave this game a 9. They didn't get early access, and their review was out within 3 hours of them playing the game, and they gave it a 9. So
as well,
if they, Dreamcast guy. So if he's given it a 9 or whoever, and he's only played it for 3 hours, you can't take what he's saying seriously either, can you? So review scores and stuff, they've been arguing, especially with IGN, for well over 10 years. I mean, I remember 1 year ago, you'll probably remember this, Webby, with Gears of War 3, when Cliffy B was going at IGN, because they said Gears of War 3 was a better game than Gears of War 2, but they gave it a lower score than Gears of War 2. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. And I think Cliffy B called them out. So this has been going on with IGN and reviews for years, hasn't it?
Yeah, but the problem with IGN is because I don't know why they're still weighted so heavily when it comes to Metacritics and things like that.
Because they've got a lot of history, mate. They've got a lot of history and pedigree.
But a lot of devs' bonuses are dependent on the Metacritic scores. Yeah?
Well, give them the best version of the game, then.
Well...
That's what I'm saying, Webby. If Crimson Desert are that fussed about it, give them the best version of the game. Or so,
they did.
Well, they did.
That was the best version that existed at that point in time.
I know,
because it hadn't been in development long enough to have the patch for the 1.0.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So it's not, it's not IGN or people's fault. Like Webby shouted at the game 2 weeks ago and said this isn't very good, and Switch went off a bit of a rant, and then he realised he was on mute, which I thought was quite funny. But that's what I'm saying. So it's just, I don't think it's all IGN's fault. After what they've done, fuck him. The bloke who's been, because he's acted like a child. He should have put out one statement and said, it is what it is. I played the version what I've got. Deal with it. It's not my fault. But because he's doubled down and backtracked and then I think he re-reviewed it and still gave it a 6. And I'm like, no, you can't. Yeah. You can't say they've fixed everything they've fixed, but it's still 6 because the story's there.
I just don't know. I just don't know how he can say, "Oh, Dustborn, Marathon, Concord, fucking Veilguard, or IGN." I don't know how IGN. Okay, you can say that those 4 really shit games are better than this. Come on,
that's what I'm saying,
mate. Piss.
No, I do agree with reviews, and I think this is the same in movies as well as like thing where the Metacritic score for users and the actual critics does seem to be quite polarising at sometimes. And you would say
it seems to be more polarising these days than it ever has been before.
That's what I'm saying. If the fans love it and they've sold the copies, you've got to say the fans are right and the reviewers are wrong, because the reviewer, I mean, the guy's saying, oh, it's my personal taste, personal opinion, and I don't know if I agree with that, for a review. I think you're supposed to review the game to what the masses and the people who watch your content would think it would be, not what you personally think it. And maybe the reviews editor, rather than the guy who reviewed it, needs to take some of the blame, because, like I say, Webby, like, we like games and we don't like certain games. Like, I don't like RTS games, real-time strategy games or time management games. So don't get me to review that shit because I don't like it. I'm going to give it a bad review. So if this guy doesn't like open world games and he only likes first-person shooters, you've got to blame the guy for doing that, if you see what I mean.
I think we need... we're going around in circles now, so we need to move on. But anyway, I just want to say, Crimson Desert, if you've not played it, check it out. It is easily, for me, it's a personal thing.
It's a good game.
One of the best games I've played in many, many years. It's just, as I said earlier, that sense of awe, that wonder, the massive world, the amount of content. It's just absolutely stunning. As I say, I've done 77 hours now. I don't even feel like I'm halfway done. I've not even visited half the map yet. Loads to do. Can't wait to play it some more. It's the first game I've had in a long time where when I'm not playing it, I'm thinking about it, and I just want to play more and more. It's just, for me, it's a phenomenal experience. So yeah, I'm sure we'll be talking about it some more next week. So that'll be that for this week. And Dazpoz says IGN are chumps in the Twitch chat. Thank you very much, Dazpoz. I agree.
Correct.
Yes.
I'm only waiting for Angry Joe's review. That's the only guy I really like that much, because he does a whole hour-long review thing with cosplay, and he doesn't get early access. He doesn't get any review. I think his thing is he wants to experience it how we experience it and reviews that. So his won't come out for another, like, they're normally 2, 3, 4 weeks after the game come out. And I think he saw it coming. That's the only way you can actually review games now, can't you?
Yeah.
But anyway, who's next?
That's me.
We've just talked about Crimson Desert, so we can move on to Requiem.
Yeah.
No, well, no, but that was Nick's go. So I'm going to talk about a new release that came out this week.
Oh,
yeah,
ooh,
yeah. And I'm guaranteed that none of you guys have played it because you're not PC wankers. Oh, apart from Nick, actually, he's a PC wanker, but he wouldn't have played this. I played a new game. Cost me £10. Called I Am Jesus Christ, Lord and Saviour.
Brilliant.
This has upset some people online.
It has upset quite a few people, actually, because obviously...
Oh,
because obviously,
well, people on Blue Sky, not Twitter.
Well, yeah,
No,
more
say
than,
no more.
Well, no, it's actually I've seen in the Twitch and the Steam discussions. Obviously, people are upset calling it blasphemy and things as well. I don't know about that. I've only played it for about 45 minutes, but I'm quite enjoying it, to be honest. It follows the life of Jesus as told in the Bible in gameplay form. I got stuck on a puzzle quite early on, though, where you have to solve this gate, and there's like 8 levels to this gate, and you got to get them in the right order. So basically, you got to read quotes from the Bible, and then to get the answers to these 8 things on the gate. So it was all, asking about Noah's Ark and other bits and pieces and getting it right, So I was like spent a lot of time reading the Bible as a proud Christian. I didn't bother me at all. So did the puzzle. Took me fucking ages, but it was good fun. Graphically, it's okay, not amazing. I think it's pretty much an indie /title, but you're exploring the world and performing your miracles, water to wine, feeding everyone with fish and doing all that stuff. But I'm very early on, as I say, and I look forward to playing more of it this week. But as I say, very early on, so I can't really talk about it too much. But if you've got PC, if you've got Steam, it's only a tenner. It's a very small dev team called Space Boat Studios. And I don't really think they've made many games at all. So check it out. It's I Am Jesus Christ. It's £10.25 on Steam. I can't really give it a full review at the minute because obviously not played it enough, but wanted to give it a shout out on this week's show because obviously I've played it a very little bit. And big thank you to Clarky for subscribing on Twitch. And while I'm here, I might as well give a big shout out to everyone who's said hello in the chat so far. That's Colin, All Cars, Dougster, and Dazpoz, and obviously Clarky. So thank you very much. Hope you're doing well. But yes, I Am Jesus Christ. Check it out. Back to Graham.
Nice. Well, I haven't played a hell of a lot more, but I did pick up, actually, in the PlayStation sale, I picked up a couple of VR games because they were cheap, actually.
Nice.
So I picked up, because I've been looking at it for ages, I've had it bookmarked, and it came on the sale, and basically Tetris Effect.
Oh,
So the VR version of Tetris was down to like a tenner or something.
brilliant.
So I snapped that up. I've played that for about 10 hours this week, but it's Tetris, does what it says on the tin. It's in VR, it's quite impressive.
I bet that's
Obviously,
quite
you're getting all the
immersive in VR, because even on the TV screen, you kind of get sucked into the weird visuals and the cool music.
You're getting all the techno music and the light moving in time with when you get in the lines. It's it's really quite something. It's quite the experience.
Nice.
But
What version is this, Graham, called?
Tetris Effect Connected.
Oh, it's full price on Metacrist, so I'll add that to my wish list.
It's very, very good. And I have played for a very, very little bit another VR game, which I picked up because it was only a $5, and I have heard of it before. And you're going to say, what the fuck is that? It's a little VR game called What's the Bat?
What's the Bat?
The story...
What the fuck is that?
So what it is, it's a load of little silly VR games. You are a baby born with baseball bats for hands, and you have to basically accomplish daily tasks with your baseball bat hands, like make yourself breakfast, brush your teeth, and it is absolutely mental. They've done quite a few games. This same development team have done What the Car and What the Golf, which I think have come out on, I think a couple of those have come out on iPhone, but they're not exclusively all VR games. So the first one, which had me absolutely pissing myself laughing because it was so ridiculous, is you're in the bathroom and you have to line one of your bats up with a toothpaste tube, smack it with the other one to get toothpaste on it, and then you use the first bat to brush your teeth with. It's absolutely shot away.
Bizarre.
I saw this and I thought that could be good for a laugh, and it was only a fiver. But I'd say it is the art style is very cartoony. It's very basic, and it is all of the kind of tasks don't involve you moving, just involves you moving your hands or moving your bats. But it's very, very weird. But it's it's quite fun and quite silly.
Nice. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Just watching a video on it at the moment.
But apart from that, I've been doing all my usual sort of bits of Gran Turismo. Played a bit of that pool game, which I bought the other week online. But that's pretty much all I've done this week, to be honest. So that's me sort of done, really.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah, didn't play a lot at all this week.
I see. I've been playing some like a lot of Gran Turismo. Just to touch on it since you've been playing it. I've noticed again it's been on sale on PlayStation Digital for £35. It's one of those.
It was in Argos for $29.99 this week.
A very, very good price. It's one of those games that obviously it's been out on PlayStation for quite a few years now, and it's never gone to PS Plus. I think it's like one of the only games that I think PlayStation keeps very premium, where they don't want to put it on a service, and the only way to play it is to purchase it.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, like, because I spent an evening. Well, I stayed up till about 2 a.m. I think it was a Thursday night. Yeah, just playing the sport mode online, just like because I find that the online, the majority of people are very well behaved, which is quite rare for a console racing game. You normally get smashed about, but I find the community race online on Gran Turismo 7 to be pretty fair, which is quite nice, and just makes me want to come back and play it some more, you know. So
what was quite nice is I was doing one of the weekly challenges. I forget whether it was one of this week's or last week's, but I was struggling to see the entrance for the pit lane. So I was literally in the middle of the race, and I put my VR headset on, powered it on, and just seamlessly continued on with the race because I found it easier to see the pit lane in first person than through the flat screen if you like.
Yeah, because you can move your head and look around.
And I thought, wow, I thought that is pretty mind blowing, really, isn't it? When you think about it.
Yeah, it's one of those weird games that I just keep going back to. You know, I've got about 400 hours in it now, and it's like every week, like because you have your weekly races to do. So every week without fail, I do me weeklies, turning into Darren a bit here. But you know, it's not just that. There's so much content. Like I've not even finished the DLC that came out in December. Still, I've still got about 15 races on that to do. The sport mode, I just keep on going back and just playing online with people because that's just so much fun. I'm still trying to get gold on all my licenses because that's the only trophy I need to get platinum. I still haven't done it, you know, so I'm just keep on going back, and I spend about 10 minutes. There's one license I've been stuck on for about 3 weeks, and I still can't do this one bloody challenge on it, and I keep on going back. Spend about 10 minutes on it. Right, I'm getting annoyed now. I'll put it down, you know, but I'll keep on going back to it, you know.
No, there is a lot in it. Yeah. There is a lot in it for sure.
There's a lot of content for
it's a good package.
It's fantastic.
But as I say, they just keep expanding it. They keep adding vehicles. They keep adding tracks.
Yeah.
But no, like I say, and it was in Argos for $29.99 for the disc copy. So if you haven't got it, now's the time to look for it.
Fantastic. Cool.
And that's me done, really. So yeah.
Back to Peebs then.
Well, the other sort of game I've been playing for a while now, trying to get it done, is Hogwarts Legacy.
How you finding it,
I know
mate?
I'm a bit late to the. Well, I'm a bit late to the party with it, obviously, but it was on PS Plus, so I picked it up a while back and then fell off it with other games like Resident Evil, and I did Red Dead again, the newer version, updated version. But yeah, I mean, it's frustrating. I quite like it. I mean, I'm not a big Harry Potter fan, so I'm not that bothered about all the world and the lore and all everything. I think if you're a big fan of Harry Potter, then it's a good game because it's well done.
Yeah,
graphics are nice and stuff. But like I say, I've got to level 30. I've completed the main game, but now I've got to. I can't do this last bit until. Yeah, I've got to do all the side quests now because I can't do this last bit until I'm level 34. Which is frigging annoying because I'm a level 30 and it's taking ages to flipping level up.
Yeah, it took me.
So I've got to level up another 4 times. Yeah, I've got to level up another 4 levels before I can do the actual last bit. Is it the house cup or whatever it's called? Is that like actually the proper finish of the game, the end of the game?
That's when because you finish the story bit and it just puts you back in the room saying you finished the main campaign. But if you want to actually see the credits roll and get a trophy, you've got to be level 34, and it's not worth it. But if you're that far in, it's nothing.
Well, this is what I've got to decide because I'm now just drawing through all the side quests, and I'm like, oh, can I be arsed with this? It's like,
I didn't think it was worth it for what it was. It was, I mean, if it's a spoiler, it's like the end of the movies. You just go into the Great Hall, you win the House Cup, you get on the train, fuck off, and then it rolls the credits. That's it. It's
more for just like I'm trying to mop up some trophies because I'm disappointing. Like 38% of the trophies, even though I put like 25 hours into the game. I thought this was quite an easy, not an easy platinum, but I thought if you pretty much did the main campaign, you could get a lot of trophies out of it. But it's a lot of chore. It just seems a bit of a chore and a slog.
I mean, if you're 25 hours in, you might as well do 30 hours and finish it, though, mightn't you?
Well, yeah, and also I found it's some of the things you got to do, like you got to buy potions and stuff, and you go and try and buy them, and you ain't got enough money for them. So that means you've got to either sell loads of your gear or go and do some more missions to try and get a bit more money. The money's it now wants me to go and buy a new broom. It's 1,000 coins. I've got like 200 coins. So I've now got to try and find 800 coins from somewhere. And where am I getting them from then? Without selling gear or just, I don't know, it just seems a bit of a chore. But, it's good, like I say, the graphics are good. My character's called Barry Trotter.
Brilliant.
Because you can name your character, and there's lots of different clothes and stuff you can get, can't you? And hats and scarves that all do different power. Well, not different powers, but different ranks, and different buffs and stuff. But
you've also got that glimmer thing, and so you can equip them for the stats, but you can still have your character look however you want him to look. So if you don't want him to wear stupid glasses, you can have the stats, but just have him look like that.
Yeah, I mean the map's quite big, and then you obviously get your broom and fly around, or you can get the other animals as well, can't you? You can fly on the bloody unicorn thing or whatever it is. But yeah, it's okay. Like I say, if you're a big Harry Potter fan, you probably love it. I'm not that, but I'm a bit older. I'm not. Star Wars was my thing, not Harry Potter. I suppose it depends what generation you were born in.
Well, that's all right. They're going to ruin it anyway, aren't they? So don't worry about it.
I don't know why they can't leave things alone.
They ruin everything, don't they?
It's just bizarre.
Money.
Let's remake it again.
Yeah, it's like, well, why keep on remaking things all the time? Where are the original ideas?
It's because they've run out of ideas. Yeah, that's it. I think people have run out of original stuff to think of. It's like same with music. Like all the music is samples and covers of old songs, because I think every good song has already been written now.
Yeah.
So it's just rehash and regurgitating everything.
Shame, really.
But yeah.
Lol.
Oh yeah, Clarky just mentioned He-Man. Yeah, they're making a He-Man film, aren't they?
Oh, God.
To be fair, the Dolph Lundgren one was kind of fucking shit anyway, so...
Yeah. But they're supposed to be making that game, isn't it? We mentioned it a while back on the podcast, the Masters of the Universe side-scrolling game.
Oh,
Looked pretty cool.
Yeah,
I haven't really heard anything from that.
It's all gone a bit
I don't
quiet.
know. I've not heard anything. Yeah.
Not sure, mate, to be honest.
That did look quite cool. Like Golden Axe-esque.
It'll probably come out around Christmas, I reckon.
So, yeah, but I'm actually a bit of a lull now. Not a lull as in like I've lost my mojo. I don't know what to play next.
Yeah,
I've sort of played all my main games and I'm like, what do I want to play next? I'm the same as you. I don't want to be full. I mean, I have got a bit of credit on my CEX because I've had car trouble and I built a pub shed, so I'm not want to be wasting money on games.
Yeah.
So
I'll get it.
I'm just going to use and abuse the PlayStation catalog thing at the minute and just try and find. I mean, I've downloaded Spider-Man 2, but I'm not sure if I want to invest in that yet. I mean, I did like the first one, but everyone says the second one's not as good, so I'm not sure yet.
I've deleted it off my PlayStation now. I must have played about.
Did you complete it?
No, I got quite.
I
did get quite far, and then I was just like the woke in my face. I just couldn't handle it anymore. Like I did that mission, the side mission, and I was just like, why am I playing this? Or what the fuck am I doing with my life? So yeah, I deleted it. But
did you complete it, Graham?
I did. Yes, I did.
I'll speak to Graham with a more sensible review.
It was all right, but my complaint is they seem to add an extra layer to the combat, which I didn't really think it needed.
That's the same with me, Graham. Me and you agreed on that because I played it a year or so before you.
I liked that they put in characters like Venom and things like that. Oh, sorry, spoiler. But they put characters like that in, and I found the Craven character absolutely boring. And I just felt that the combat was just slightly too fussy. I thought the combat on the first one was really good, but they added 2 different types of unblockable attacks. And quite often in combat, you kind of get both flash up at the same time. And I'd go, well, which one's going to hit me first? I don't know. And you'd end up just guessing and just end up getting hit through absolutely no fault of your own, really. Maybe it's a skill issue. Maybe it's me. I don't know. But I just found the combat just that little bit slightly too fussy.
I didn't mind the combat. I thought it was all right, to be honest. Just more the story stuff for me. I was just like, it wasn't gelling with me. So I was just like, I can't be arsed with this.
First one was much better.
I really enjoyed the first one. I really enjoyed Miles Morales as well. I thought that was really good.
Yes, that one is really good, actually.
Yeah, but this one, I don't know. There was just something about it. I was just like, I can't put up with this anymore. It's too much for the modern audience for my liking. So I'm going to leave it there.
Yeah, so I'm still undecided then whether to try it or not.
Well, mate, I'd say,
give it a go.
Try it yourself and make your own decision, mate. Because at the end of the day, that's the only viewpoint that you can really take on board is your own, right?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the first one, and the Miles Morales, so
give it a try. I'll say you ain't got anything to lose. Play it for 4 to 6 hours. If you're not having fun, then you've not lost anything.
Well, what
really?
He does have to lose is if he gets a trophy, then he's got to finish it.
This is the problem. I don't want to. Yeah, and I'm still trying to chase Stunty down.
Oh.
I see he's panicking. He's playing all sorts of shit to try and keep ahead, even though he won't admit it.
Well, this was my favourite. If you're watching the stream, Peebs, this is my favourite location in the game. If you can see it.
Oh yeah, I've got the stream up.
Yeah, this was the location to be at if you're playing Spider-Man 2. 100%, mate.
That's the prize flags.
Yeah. Oh dear. And if you like riding bicycles, Spider-Man 2 is the game for you.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
There was a lot
And I'll
of
tell you the
riding
thing-
bicycles.
And the thing I didn't like about the second one is it does that thing where you're fighting a bad guy in an area and it gives you a health bar. And then you fight them and you get the bar down. Then there's a cinematic. Then it gives you
Yeah.
another bar.
Yeah.
And then you get another cinematic. And then it gives you another bar. And you're like, oh, for Christ's sake, how many times have I got to beat this guy? Do you know what I mean?
Then you lose the third phase and you go right back to the start.
And if you like
Yeah,
really exciting side quests where you water plants, this is the game for you.
Watering plants and riding bicycles. It's all in there.
Selling it on you now, Peebs, yeah?
Yeah.
I forgot who
I
we're
don't know.
even
I
on
don't know
now.
what
Are
to
we
play
on you
next.
still, Peebs? Are we on Nick now? I don't know where we
Yeah,
are.
but I've talked about Harry Potter, Barry Trotter.
Yeah.
Go.
Go for it, mate. Go for it, Nick.
It's Nick.
I tried to get into the Division 2 again.
Why?
And I think I
Why?
played this with you last year, Webby, for a while, for a few hours. And basically, I've been trying to play through it on my own solo.
Oh dear.
And you just can't.
No.
You just can't. It's not designed to play single player. And I was looking at AI and I thought, because I bought it relatively cheap, like the whatever gold edition with some DLCs. And they said, and someone said to me, use your 30 level boost or something. And I thought, that's good. That'll level me up to 30 and I'll just cruise through the main missions of the game and I'll be happy. No. I used the level 30 boost and it's just plastered the entire fucking map with hundreds of stuff to do to the point where I can't even play the main missions, from the main campaign anymore without doing loads of other stuff. And when I get in to try and do these missions, all the enemies are just purple or gold.
Yeah, they're tough.
So I think it's that. Yeah, and I can't do it solo.
I think
you just cannot. You can't play it on your own, mate. It's just not. I just don't think it's designed.
No, it's not.
I mean, the internet says you can, but the internet says you can, but I must have tried and got stuck at the same place for ages. So yeah, I enjoyed what I played of it. I don't have any friends.
I think
to
you're a
play
bit
with.
late to the party on it as well, because obviously, like back in the day, it was very popular. You could easily matchmake with people on the main missions as well. When I went back and played it on Xbox a little while ago, I just wouldn't matchmake with anybody at all.
No, but I remember because I got it last year because there was some more DLC came out last year, which I think you said you were going to play, Webby.
Which I did play. Yeah, I rinsed it. Yeah,
and you said, and you said, I'll play with you through the main missions, and then we'll play the DLC. And I think you rinsed all the DLC within about 3 days, and then didn't play it anymore. So, yeah,
that's because you're never online, Nick. You're never online, mate.
Well, I think it was about this time last year. But a lot of people, you're like, nobody wants to play with me. Buy games to play with me. And we buy games to play with you, and you've moved on to the next one.
I'm on every night, mate. I'm on every night. Me.
No, but I meant, but you're on to the next game. I bought Battlefield 6 to play with you, and you're never on that anymore.
I was playing. Well, actually, it's in my games played this week. There you go.
Yes, but I've been offline to keep my Crimson Desert playthrough secret.
And so I
didn't know you.
And so you could shag the missus in peace.
Probably that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've deleted that now, and I can't see I'll be getting. I think I'm almost done with multiplayer games now, though.
It's crazy because I completed the Division 2 on PC and Xbox. I've completely rinsed it. I do love a multiplayer game like me, Peebs, and Darren and Stunty, Frosty were playing Toxic Commando the other week. Would like to get back and play that some more. We've been playing Space Marine 2. So, the cop sessions do still happen.
I had that in my hand, and I was like, I could buy Space Marines and play it with Webby. But I thought, once I install it, I'll go, Webby, do you want to play it? I'll finish that, mate.
It's
I'll
on
be like,
Game Pass.
wonderful.
Oh, you don't have Game Pass or PS Plus, do you?
No.
So how do you play online then?
I've got, I bought 6 months of, what was it, Game Pass Core.
Right.
So the original Xbox Live, just multiplayer, no games.
Right, okay. Oh,
So
Space Marine's amazing, mate. It's one of those games that people keep going back to, which is really nice.
I know. But can I play it single player? Probably not.
Yeah.
You can, yeah.
Yeah. It's quite good because you got your AI guys, but to be honest, the game is still so popular that your game will fill with other players within minutes.
Maybe.
So.
Yeah, because this one, it doesn't put like AI people with you to do the missions either, does it? So it's not like... No, I think you can play with someone. I think I saw a character, like a normal person. I was trying to talk to him. I couldn't work out how to talk to him, and he was just standing there. And I was like, all right. So, probably looking at me thinking, you don't know what you do. And I'm like, I know. I don't know. Weird games.
All right.
Yeah, so who else? Who's next?
Me.
Is it back to you,
Let
Webby?
me talk about Battlefield 6 then, very briefly. Played it a little bit this week because I had a new update, the Supermoto update, which does not involve shooting people at all. You're riding Red Bull motorbikes across dirt tracks with ramps. What's that?
What's that?
Yeah, it's called It's Red Bull Supermoto DLC. It was a limited time event actually, which I think is going to be ended by the time the podcast comes out on Tuesday. It's basically a mode that they've added in for a limited. No, it's till the 14th of April, so it will be here for another week. Yes. So basically, it's its own separate mode where you ride dirt bikes against other people, and the winner is the winner, and you get Red Bull rewards. So I did 2 games of it, and I got all the rewards after 2 races, and I've never played it since. So it's okay. It's not great. It's not Battlefield, because obviously it is your Battlefield dudes, but you're on bikes. You're not shooting anyone, so feels a bit weird to be in there. But obviously Red Bull have probably paid them a lot of money to add it in there. But that's all I can say, really. It's not great. So after I did those 2 races, excuse me, I went back and just played some standard Conquest and had some fun on that. So it's still very alive, still a great game. If you want the Red Bull dog tags and stickers for your profile, maybe do a couple of races on Supermoto. If you're not interested, well, don't bother. It's not great. I wouldn't recommend it for fun times, but if you want the Red Bull stuff, yeah. But yeah, Battlefield is still awesome. So there's that. And I was just going to mention, been playing a lot online of the finals. I don't think you guys have played this, have you? I've talked about it.
I downloaded it and I had a couple of games and I struggled with it.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Which mode did you do? Can you even remember?
No, I don't really know what I'm doing on it either. I did say that I'd come on with you and Marcus at some point so you could show me the ropes just to see if I could get into it, but
no, I mean Marcus is really good at it now. Basically, there's a few different modes on there, but the one that we do is called Quick Cash, where there's cash in the middle. You grab it and you take it to one of the 2 extract points. You guard the extract point. People can steal it. Everything's destructible, floors, walls, etc. Different classes of character, and it's the first team to get 2 cash outs is the winner. And it's just fun. It's just a fun online shooter. It's free to play. The servers did go down this week for half a day. It's the same guys that do Arc Raiders as well. So I think Arc Raiders also went down this week at the same time. But apart from that,
Right.
it's a really fun game. So that's all I want to say. I'm still playing it, and it's a lot of fun. Anyone else played anything else?
Not really.
If not,
Yeah, I've still been playing my 3DS Dragon Ball Z Attack of the Saiyans.
nice.
Like Dragon Ball, basically Final Fantasy RPG. So I'm about 20 hours in. Getting on quite well with the story, but I've been doing a lot of... I don't know if that's how you used to play Final Fantasy games, Webby, especially back then, just spend ages just like grinding and leveling up and stuff like that.
Well, the first Final Fantasy I ever played was 7, so yeah, lots of grinding there. Oh, on every RPG, pretty much. It's
Yeah, well, because a lot, especially these older ones, you know, it actually helps you because a lot of newer like RPGs, they tend to like scale with you, so sometimes just grinding constantly doesn't give you an advantage.
yeah.
So, but this one does. So I've been looking at AI. It's like, oh, you are way over leveled for this game. It's like, I know, I'm just one shot on everybody, and I love it.
Good times.
Yeah, because I was playing at work because, you know, on my 5-minute lunch break I get, because I don't spend all day playing video games while I'm pretending to work, like someone I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been playing that, and I tried to get, I had a little go on Mario Kart as well. 3D, I'm pretty sure that's 7, at Mario Kart 7, and that's pretty fun. I remember I liked the 3DS one and Mario Kart 8 on Switch, and I don't know, there's something about the newest one on Switch, Mario Kart World, it just seems a bit...
I was going to ask you about this because you bought a Switch too, and you don't ever talk about it.
Yeah, I'm playing my 3DS, and girlfriend, she's playing Pokemon on the Switch 1, so I bought a Switch 2, and the 3DS and the original Switch is probably getting more use than the Switch 2.
How bizarre.
I don't know, it's just weird. We tried to play Switch. I was like, all right, let's just get a multiplayer game with just me and her as like the only racers on the track, and it wouldn't let us do it. Or we couldn't work out how to do it. And it's just like, World, it just seems a little bit half-baked.
Right.
And a lot of people I know who used to play online, like on Twitch and stuff, and have like Mario Kart Tuesdays and people like that, most of them I know have gone back to the original game.
Mario Kart 8?
Yeah, most of them have gone back to that, because I think everyone,
Wow.
you know, because they used to play with the community, and a lot of people like had the original on Switch 1, and not everyone have bought a Switch 2 and Mario Kart World, so they've gone back to the original. So it's probably sold okay, but
that's mad, because that Mario Kart was first on the Wii U, so you know how old that is. That's insane.
Well, you've got so much content, so many maps, all the different like you've got races, and then you've got like the battle modes and stuff like that. And I don't know if this one has any of that. I haven't played it nowhere near as much as that one.
Okay.
I mean, maybe it's like other. Maybe they've updated it. I don't know, but yeah, it kind of feels like a Mario Kart 8.5, if you know what I mean.
Well, apart from the open world that you can explore, I guess.
Yeah, but there's nothing to do in there, mate. Unless there is now, but there's just like nothing much to do.
Oh, that's a bit.
I mean, we all thought when we saw this it would be like Mario Kart Forza Horizon, didn't we?
Yeah.
And to be honest, it just, the open world bit just seems like a bit of a gimmick.
Right, okay. That's a shame.
But, yeah, so glad I'm going back to the 3DS, because the 3DS is like getting a bit of a resurgence, because I think people, when they get bored of current generations, they go back, don't they? And it's like really shooting up in price, second-hand 3DSs and stuff like that. And I think because I've saw a lot of YouTube videos from like the retro YouTubers that I follow, it's got me like wanting to go back and play on that.
That's cool. Yeah, sweet. Nice.
So yeah, other than that, it's pretty much done.
So for me, I've been playing a lot this weekend of Sonic Crossworlds with the kids.
Nice.
It is so good, mate. Like, this is way better than Mario Kart, in my opinion. And we now own all the DLC. we've had what, Minecraft DLC, SpongeBob DLC. What was the other one? We've just had the
Persona, Yakuza.
I've got the Yakuza stuff, but that wasn't extra DLC. The Mega Man one was the latest one. There's been 4. I can't remember the other one now. That's going to bug me. But anyway, there's 4. We're in them all. But there's a lot of content in this, and obviously because it's Sega, there's a lot of characters in there from loads of different, obviously, Sega franchises. And there's a lot of customization as well. Like, you can choose the music tracks like to play from different games. So I've got the Outrun, album playing as we're playing through the Grand Prix at the minute. But what's really cool is obviously it can be up to 4-player couch co-op, and you don't really get a lot of games that have couch co-op anymore, or versus split screen, and it's just quite nice to have that. So me and the kids have been playing it 3-player over the weekend doing the Grand Prix. We've now actually only this afternoon finished all the Grand Prix, and we played it for quite a long time. I think the playtime on the PlayStation is about 9 or 10 hours. And that was us literally just doing all the Grand Prix. And now there's these battle type modes that we're doing to get extra carts and things for the game. But I really like it because the tracks are all very well designed. The characters are all really cool. There's loads of variety of carts. You can customize, make your own carts as well. But Crossworlds, so you choose a level. But at the end of the first lap, whoever's in first place gets a choice of the second of a different level for the second lap, or a random lap of another track. So it's all very random, which is really, really cool, and it could be any track for the second lap, which is absolutely fantastic. And it just adds a little bit more Pac-Man is the other DLC. That's it. And the Pac-Man track is fucking awesome. So the Pac-Man track, you're driving through Pac-Land, and then halfway through the lap, you hit a ramp, and you drive into a Pac-Man arcade machine, and then you're driving around a Pac-Man maze until you get out the other end. Really, really cool, man. Me and the kids have so much fun on this game, and we have Mario Kart on the Switch as well, and the kids much prefer this to the other, to the old Mario Kart game, just because it's just so much variety in there of characters and customization. It's just a good family fun game,
What, are you playing this on PC?
No, on PlayStation. Yeah. Yeah. It has got full crossplay as well. Which is really good. If people had it on PC or Xbox, you can still all play together. But no, we've got it on the PlayStation because I got 4 PlayStation 5 controllers, so it makes sense because they're all sitting there in the front room. The controllers, because I've got the grey 30th anniversary edition PS5 controller. Marcus has got the Astrobot controller, and we've got 2 of the white ones that came with the PS5. So yeah, it's perfect.
Is that the Astrobot one with the AI built into it?
Oh, 100%, mate.
Yeah.
That was a good April Fool's thing, wasn't it?
But no, this...
How much is this on the store, do you know?
Oh, I have no idea. I bought it on disc for them for Christmas. So I've not looked at the store. But the
it was on sale in Argos again, I think.
Oh, was it? It probably still, because there's been some quite good sales, isn't there, over the Easter break? But
I've got the store open. I'll have a look.
Oh, nice. Oh, it's 50.
Yeah, so Sonic
55, mate.
It's
on Argos.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. I think I bought it off shop too.
Oh. On the store digitally, it's $38.99 at the minute.
That's not bad.
But it's a good game. It's a very, very good game.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely fantastic, mate. It's just so much fun to play online. And it's kind of that if you don't have a Nintendo, you kind of that Mario Kart-like game that you can play on other systems. But
Yeah,
as I say, there's loads of
definitely.
Obviously you've played it, Graham, haven't you?
I love it. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah. Oh.
Definitely worth a look.
Played the 360 one back in the day. That was always good.
That was good fun, but
until
this is way
until you
better.
get Ryo Hazuki from Shenmue in this game, I'm not buying it.
Well, it might happen at some point. You never know.
Possibly.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, they're adding some free DLC to it soon as well, some extra characters, which is cool. But no, I think it's a fantastic game. So, yeah, definitely check it out if you've not played it. And the last game I've played this week is, unfortunately, guys, it's PC only at the minute, but I think Peebs would really like this because he likes his retro stuff. Retro Rewind Video Store Simulator. It's definitely like a job, Peebs.
Oh, yeah. Was you talking about this the other week?
Yes, I was.
Yeah, sounding like a job, mate. It reminds me of what's the other one, like the arcade, what's that called? Oh, when you run in the arcade in the laundrette, what was that one called?
Arcade Paradise. Was that what it was called?
Yeah, is it like that?
Not really.
Reminds me of that. No?
Because, basically you start off with a very small video store in 1990, and it brings back all that nostalgia because people return the videotapes and some people haven't rewound them, so you have to rewind them and you got to check them in and then you stack them up on the shelves. But it's all about building up your video store. So as you can make it bigger over time, buy more shelves as you buy more videos, and they're all different genres. So you have different I spread them out into different genres on different shelves. And then new movies will come out, and then you can put them on the new release section. But they're all like plays on real life films that were out in the 80s and 90s as well. So there'll be like a different name of Back to the Future or Rain Man or something like that. Like just very like little tweaks. But you manage your till, you manage the return station, and you can hire staff to do that for you. It's got quite slow progression, but it eases you in. Like as you play through, you level up, and then you unlock more film genres. As I say, like I've played it quite a bit now, and I've expanded my store a little bit. I've got loads of shelves, loads of different VHS tapes. I've got like a little back room full of porn videos for people to get. Yeah, it's quite funny, and you can buy a lot of, and you buy the porn videos off this dodgy guy in the back alley. That's quite funny. But no, it's a cool little game, and it goes through the seasons. Like summer, autumn, winter, spring. And different movies are more popular at certain times of the year. So obviously Christmas films are being more popular. And there's like events going on in the town. Like if there's a destruction derby in the town, the action movies will be more popular for a couple of days. And it's just cool. It's quite basic, but it's just quite a chill game.
Yeah, graphics look shite, Webby.
Yeah, well, it's just I like it, but I've been mainly playing it, to be fair, on my Steam Deck. So it's just kind of a chill game I play on the sofa while we're watching a bit of shite TV or something. But no, it's a cool little game, man. It just brings back those nostalgia vibes, Peebs, of Blockbuster. You remember us going to Blockbuster back in the day?
Yeah.
Good times, mate.
No,
so,
I went to Choices.
Oh, check you out.
Didn't have a Blockbuster near me.
Well, you missed out.
You had a Blockbuster and a Choices and an independent New England video store.
Ooh.
I remember those, the independent.
But yeah, we went to Pictures, didn't we, and watched Final Destination. I don't know which one it was, but I actually watched a Final Destination film today. Ooh. The latest one. Bloodlines. Yeah, it's all right.
I think
they're quite gory, aren't they? Yeah. They are clever the way they do them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cool, those movies. Clever is the best way to say them. They're not scary or nothing. Unless you're driving in your car and then you go behind a big lorry with logs and you're like, nope, I'm off.
Yeah.
But like, I miss Blockbuster. Like, it made me just think back. Like, I used to love going through the bargain bin in Blockbuster to pick up some cheap Xbox 360 games. You know, that was just a good times, man. Yeah.
What a time to be alive.
Best times, mate. Best times. Yeah. Yeah, my kids were watching me play this on my PC the other day, and they were like, so I was teaching them about videotapes and telling them about the glory days. And then we started watching the original Transformers. I've got them on DVD, and I was like, I remember having
the cartoons, or the films.
the original cartoons, mate. The original cartoons.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I remember I had these on VHS tape. And they were like, Dad, you have to rewind them. I was like, yeah, man. I was like, wow, you know, yeah, good times. And that's all I played this week. All right, there's been a little bit of news.
Crimson Desert's taking your time up.
It is, mate. It has been the the main game. So, yes. And it's probably going to be the main game for quite a while to come. Because it's so bloody massive. That's what she said. Whee! Right, let's move on. Bit of news. This was quite an interesting one. Apparently, there was meant to be a Last of Us online game, but it was apparently cancelled 24 hours before the public reveal.
Yeah, I did hear a rumour of this.
Why would they cancel a game 24 hours before they were going to reveal it? That just doesn't make any sense to me. Very strange.
Live service, I think, isn't it? So Sony have shit themselves with live service games.
Well, they've not got a
does
good
seem
track
weird.
record, have they? The last few years.
No. Marathon's
Was there
really
another
good.
game that got cancelled recently? They spent like hundreds of millions on or
Concord.
something.
That only lasted a couple
No,
of
there was
weeks.
another one recently. They've
Oh.
cancelled.
No, there was one by the God of War dev, I think, which was live service as well, wasn't there?
Yeah, that's
right.
Which I think got cancelled.
I think that like actually making the game costs like 100, 200, or whatever, but you know the actual advertising and publishing the game costs like more than that.
Oh, it's
so they're like,
crazy,
do we want to double down and spend twice as much money on a game that people have said is crap? You know.
Yeah. I've tried to be quite careful with the news this week because obviously it was April Fool's Day, so
Yeah.
I had to be quite careful on what you've been reading online.
I saw a couple of quite funny ones, but yeah.
This other one's a bit interesting. Is apparently PlayStation, Sony, has started scrubbing any mention of PC from the PlayStation backend and on their websites. So it looks like the rumours might be true that they're moving away from publishing their games on PC.
Yeah.
Even though they putting the games on PC has made them quite a lot of money, I think that threat of the Steam machine and the new Xbox being open to as basically a desktop, you know, and under the TV PC has made them rethink their strategy. So yeah, that's quite interesting, and it would give a reason for more people to actually buy a console because, you know, the conversations I've had with a lot of people has been, well, why do I need to buy a PlayStation when I've got a PC? Play all the games there. Well, if they go back to actually having proper exclusives again, more people will buy the console. Look at Nintendo. They do it very, very, very well. So, you know, I think if Sony do go back to their roots, I think it will do them well, to be honest. Yeah, so I just need to start actually dropping the prices of 6-year-old consoles instead of upping the price by 200 quid. But there we go.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Keep doing that.
No one will buy them, but there we go. Next bit of news. I can't remember if I mentioned this last week or not, but I've added it this week because I saw it on a website from this week. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 dev team fired a translator who's been with the company for 3 or 4 years to replace them with AI. Warhorse Studios.
And so it begins.
Yes. Not good at all. I'm pretty sure we mentioned this last week. I'm sure we did now. I'm getting
Sounds
some vague
familiar.
memories, yeah. But, not a good sign, really, but I'm guessing this is where we're going. And my last bit of news I had written down, I probably missed some stuff this week, but I've been quite busy playing Crimson Desert. But last bit of news is several delisted Xbox 360 games, including Armed and Dangerous, Aegis Wing, and Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time, briefly reappeared on the Xbox store before vanishing again. Data miners spotted the listings days after the Xbox vice president announced plans to revive backwards compatibility for the console's 25-year anniversary. And this is something, it just made me, the reason I put this is because it made me think, obviously, backwards compatibility is awesome. Xbox has always touted this. However, there are still loads of games in my personal Xbox 360 digital library which are stuck on that platform, on that system, and they've not come over to Xbox One or Series systems, and I would just love it
Well,
if I
all
could
the
play them on.
Division games they bought as well. You thought they'd have put them back up as well, or put them available.
Yeah.
That would have been an easy money.
Yeah,
All the Tony Hawk games and stuff like that.
yeah.
Blood on the Sand, best game ever.
50 cent.
Yeah, so interesting indeed. That's all my news. Have I missed anything? Probably not.
No.
Probably, I don't know. Yeah. So, I'm guessing that's it, guys. Unless there's anything else you guys wanted to mention again? Mention at all?
No, I don't think there was much news, was there? I think they announced the Xbox not E3 thing for June, last week, which I think was weird to announce it that early, the actual dates and times.
Also called Xbox Showcase.
Yeah, whatever it's it's for June, because they don't seem to have as many as them as like PlayStation States of Play and Nintendo Directs. They tend to have them a lot more frequently, and you find out it's coming in 4 days, that type of thing.
Xbox, yeah. So Xbox Showcase, Sunday the 7th of June. That is a ways out. Yeah, so they've announced that already.
Yeah, I just thought 2-3 months out.
Yeah, they're going to be doing a Gears of War E-Day Direct straight after it as well, apparently.
No, they'll probably delay that 2 years and bring out Gears of War's 2 remaster.
Tom dies.
Yeah. Spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right, guys, on that note, I think we should end it here. I'm feeling really rough. I've been trying to mute the coughs. I think I've been unsuccessful a few times. But thank you for coming on, everybody. Peebs, Graham, Nick, thank you. Peebs, especially, making his return after a long time. All good. So,
Thank you
very much. And thank you to everyone who's listened live on Twitch. Big shout out to you guys. You've been awesome. So from all of us here, it's been emotional. We will see you next week. Goodbye.